This video contains material which may be unsuitable for people under the age of 18. We bear no responsibility for people under the age of 18 viewing this video. Hi, we are Lost in Translation. Today we have invited 4 people from different parts of the world to talk about the attitude to LGBT in their countries. Here they are.
Currently, there are no LGBT laws in my country.
No, actually, we don't have any laws related with LGBT.
Yes, there's some LGBT-related laws in my country.
There are many LGBT-related laws in my country. For example, there are many anti-discrimination laws, and same-sex marriage is accepted.
My country, we perceive same-sex marriage as a taboo. So currently there are no same-sex laws, and in the future I don't think there will be any.
Well, same-sex couples have the same rights, I think, as the opposite-sex couples.
I think it was like 2 years ago when the same-sex marriage became legal.
I think my country is pretty progressive concerning LGBT rights.
In future, I think it's a trend in the world to be legal, the LGBT group. But I think in the nearly future, it's impossible.
Like anywhere in the world, we're starting to be more welcoming with new laws and new tendencies, and to accept things inside society. So that might be one of the reasons why these laws started to be so popular, and people will start to really act about it.
As everywhere, there are homophobes, and it would be a lie to say that everybody accepts LGBT people.
We don't actually talk about it, so we don't have the law against it, or to be to prove this marriage. So I think that's a problem.
We have laws for drones, we have laws for same-sex marriage, for drugs, for things that are very trendy right now in some other countries.
It got legal in 2003, I think, and I was still a child at that time, so I don't really remember. But when I see in France, it only became legal 10 years later, and there were many manifestations, demonstrations, people were angry, and I think it is weird because in Belgium, when this happened, nobody said anything about it.
Of course, there is a difference between different generations.
For example, when I hear my grandparents talk about homosexuals, sometimes I'm a bit shocked by the words they use or what they think.
I think the younger generation, they're more open to the LGBT right.
My grandmother would say, "Oh, that's not natural, those people," and she's a bit not scared, but she's not comfortable around gay people. But I have no problem with this, and my sisters and my parents also have no problem.
All generations in my country are welcoming to changes. For example, my mom, she nowadays thinks that if you're gay, just be gay. It doesn't matter. My grandmother is not like that. She says like, it's gay, it's kind of bad. But if she meets some gay friend of mine, she will be very respectful, and she will be fine.
The younger people, they have the chance to get to the information more than their parents can get.
We were more informed about what it was to be LGBT than the older generation.
Usually young generations are the ones who start changing, so I guess it's okay.
You cannot be gay or lesbian and you do things freely in the public. You have to always hide yourself in my country.
In general, there's an agreement towards these kind of laws. People think it's fine.
In the more civilized areas, like in the capital cities, you can just be criticized. But if you in the more populated city, I think you might result in losing your life, and it can be really dangerous.
But Colombia is a country with a huge social inequality. So I don't know I can speak maybe for 10% of my country. I don't know what's happening what's really happening in the 90%.
I think Chinese people, they are not that aggressive actually. If they say something strange or they say something even bad, they tend to ignore it. But they will grudge, maybe it is strange. They will keep this thought in their mind.
I think in general, and I've seen that in many places in the world, if two girls are kissing or holding hands, it's not that bad. But if two boys are doing it, people don't like it.
There aren't many cases of violence against LGBT people in my country so far, so I think it's pretty safe.
I mean, people might end up beating you, unfortunately. That's what it is. And it's very graphic.
And I can really speak for myself, and I can speak for my friends. I can see two guys holding hands, and they can openly say that they're gay, and I'm okay with it. But once they start to kiss or show something else, I don't like it.
In 5 years, I think there's gonna be more words. Like I say, it has to take a miracle for this.
Now being gay, it's something new and something that people are not afraid to be. It's like if you like rock music, you can be the rocker when you are on high school. If you like rap music, you can be the rapper, and if you like gays, you can be the gay.
I think more and more people, they are aware that the LGBT problem actually exists. So I think they will tend to pay more attention to this problem, the social problem. And then they will think whether it is to let them to have more rights or just restrict them. It's a question for China, I think.
It's just a way of thinking of people over there in my country. If you've been there, if you stay there for a long time, you would understand why.
5 years ago, there was like a gay bar, and you can see some people there. It was an open space. You can see who was inside. Nowadays, if I go to the same bar, it's crowded. It's crowded everywhere. There's gay people everywhere. It seems like in 5 years there will be more gay people.
Personally, I'm not gay phobic. I don't have anything against them. They can do whatever they want, but it has to do with the fact that I'm not gay. You can do whatever, but it is a problem when you like trying to bring it to me.
I think LGBT is just as normal as we are. We cannot judge one people by their sexuality. I think it's very important to judge them by their mind, by their thought, and by their behavior.
Personally, I have two gay friends, so it's a topic that really touches me.
If something is natural, or more weird that it seems to be, it's just natural. You cannot change it.
Sometimes you don't choose being gay. It just happens. You can't deny the fact that you're gay. You just happen to like a certain group of people, and I think it's not right when you judge people based on that, because, for example, you don't choose what womb you come from. You don't choose who gives birth to you, and this is just the way it is. And I think based on that, I think they should be given the right as well. They're also human beings, you know.
I think it's important to talk about it and to be open-minded.
Respect your culture, but don't let it decide for you. Be kind. Be human.